Your players believe that with the right stats and the right roll, they can conquer anything. But what happens when the environment itself becomes their enemy? When they stand in the shadow of something so massive that even legends are reduced to a level 1 character. In these moments, you don't play to win, you play to survive. So how do we make our players feel that despair? By introducing what I call the Doom Die. We spend a lot of time as DMs telling our players about these kinds of experiences and that their characters should be terrified. But what about a mechanic that helps your players come to this conclusion by themselves, where you don't have to tell them how to feel? This is something I had no solution for until I witnessed an absolute masterclass of storytelling by Brennan on Worlds Beyond Number. His players were crossing a battlefield. Explosions everywhere, airship armadas up above, flesh dreadnoughts down below, and an objective to save captured children. And to represent how insane crossing a battlefield like this was, he came up with a mechanic I call the Doom Die. The way it works is simple. At the start of each round, one player gets to roll a d20 in the open. Whatever that number is becomes the maximum amount any player can achieve on a check during that scene. They still get to add their bardic inspirations and bonuses, but the total cannot be higher than the Doom Die. It essentially represents the helplessness of the current situation they find themselves in, where it becomes a struggle to be competent, let alone skillful. Each player of his dreaded being tasked with rolling the Doom Die for the next scene, not wanting to be the bearer of the party's cursed fate. And oh, could you hear a pin drop in that room when the Doom Die rolled poorly? It suddenly became excruciatingly difficult just to get to the next hill. The rallying cries, though, when the party rolled a 19 the very next round. Hope filled the table again. And at no point did Brennan have to force a player to do something or feel a certain way. The terror was made incarnate through the Doom Die alone. It became part of the narrative. This is a great mechanic for scene-by-scene based encounters like that. But what if we used it for battles as well? In fact, why not use this as a way to finally make dragons and epic beasts feel terrifying? When you're up against a dragon, especially for the first time, can you truly be competent in that moment? This is the king of nature, spoken of in fables that can bring entire cities to ruin if it happens to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And the only mechanic we have in D&D to represent this is Frightful Presence. And it's boring. If you fail, you forcibly drop all your weapons and spend the entire turn running away. You didn't make that choice because you felt that way. It was a script forced upon you. You, the player, are not scared. You just are upset you have to eventually run all the way back. So instead of inflicting that on a failed save, how about you inflict players with the Doom Die? At the start of each round, have one player make the Doom Die roll, where anyone still affected by the dragon's presence cannot roll a check or saving throw higher than that number. One round, the party may roll a 4, and everyone is filled with dread. Any attack like a breath weapon completely threatens the TPK. Thoughts of running away become strategically smart, but there's always a bit of hope. You could have fate shine down upon you and roll a 19 on the Doom Die next round. It makes the battle terrifying because it's completely unpredictable. But more importantly, it leaves the choice to the players while hiding nothing from them at all. They get to choose when to be scared. I'm just glad I don't have to make a check like that when making videos like this. Otherwise, I'd never know when the cameras might